As soon as my buddies and I stepped into Cinema 7, we were astonished to see the seats were full. There were 2 cinemas at our place playing The Killing Joke, and they were both sold out. Before the movie even started, in place of ads, Mark Hamill was up on screen explaining why he wanted to do the movie and how cool this movie actually is. When the screen burst to black and the words were revealed, "Batman, The Killing Joke," it got me so hyped. But was it worth it? Now, I'm not a big Batman nerd. I've read The Killing Joke, I enjoyed The Dark Knight and the games, and I don't really know too much after that. I wanted to see this because the Joker is such an incredible character. This Joker origin story is a recreation on the silver screen of the graphic novel Killing Joke, written by Alan Moore and published by DC in 1988. The story, without spoiling anything, is about insanity and grit. The clown prince of crime here proves, just like in the 2008's Dark Knight, that any man can be pushed past his breaking point and go mad. Before I talk about the huge problem in this movie, I just need to give props to Sam Liu for staying true to the comic, excluding the first act of this movie, which he created. Everything is almost identical to the comic, and that's how it should be. I also loved this animation style. It looked like an actual comic book. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the glaring problem in this movie, and the main reason it has been so criticized as of late. It begins with Batgirl, and is all about her for roughly 25 minutes more or less, in a 76-minute film, which left around 50 minutes left of the movie. I was hoping that Batgirl was going to be a huge part of this flick, and that everything we see in the first act would make sense later, and there was a reason for her time on screen. But there was no reason for it. By the way, the mobster villains aren't shown or mentioned after this Batgirl section. I must include there were some questionable scenes in this section that have upset a lot of fans. I think the only reason that they had Batgirl was to build somewhat of a character around her. I seriously think that Batgirl was a time filler. It is literally a Batgirl section because after 25 minutes, the screen fades to black and stays there for a couple of seconds and opens to Batman's foot stamping in a puddle, a little bit before where the comic actually starts. How about begin there? Because from here, the film focuses on Commissioner Gordon, Batman, and the Joker and his backstory, which is what we want to see. Other than that, it was actually a very good movie. There was no mention of Batgirl in trailers, so it didn't sell out all over the world to see her. So let's talk about the Joker. Hamill's portrayal of the Joker haunted me when I was a minor playing Arkham Asylum, and it haunts me in this. This Joker is a gritty, horrible character that is someone you don't mess with. He's quite harsh with what he does. He's pure evil. This movie shows, and so does the comic, the moments leading up to his break into insanity and how he became who he is. It really told everyone in the cinema that Joker is the dude, and he means business, so get the hell out of his way, because he's going to wreck some foes. This ending is marvelous, brilliant, it is extremely clever. If you haven't read the comic or seen the movie, I won't be able to spoil anything. But everyone, including me, expected things to go as planned. But it takes a totally different angle, which was amazing. It made us talk about the scene once the movie was over, and how great the scene actually was. And when you thought about it, how great the movie was. If you think about a movie for the rest of the day, you must have witnessed something pretty great. Too bad the first act of the movie is mostly useless and a waste of time, but ultimately, The Killing Joke is an action-packed thriller throughout, even in the Batgirl scenes. Though, when I watch it again, I'll skip the first 25 minutes for more reasons than one.